Hello students, as you all know that geography is going on, and in the last session we have studied very first chapter, resource and development. Today we will learn more and more about this chapter. Little bit I am going to tell you that in the last session we discussed meaning, concept and application of resources, and also classification on the basis of origin and exhaustibility. In this session we will discuss more about classification and other important sparking points. So listen class carefully, be attentive. Now another classification is on the basis of ownership. On the basis of ownership, we categorize resources into four major categories. They are individual or private resources, community-based resources, national and international resources. Let us study one by one. Individual or private resources means those resources which are owned by us and they are purely private. Means your houses, your vehicles, your money, and so on. Likewise, community-based resources. Community-based resources means the resources which are used by the whole society or the community. For instance, any playground, any cinema halls, malls, schools, colleges, hospitals, and so on. Likewise, national resources means the resources which are available inside the international boundary of our country. Likewise, very first, we people, we are the citizens of our country, so we are the resource of our country. Likewise, land, water, air, minerals, and variety of things means all the cultural landscape of our country, they are the part of and fall in the category of national resources. Now, international resources beyond from our country means the resources which are of the whole for the whole world, like ocean, continent, whole earth, moon and solar system. These are we can't think of that they are own property. They are the property of everywhere. All can use, but with the permission of United Nations organization. The last classification on the basis of status of development. On the basis of status of development, we categorize resources into four major categories, and they are potential resources, developed or actual resources, stock and reserve. Let us discuss one by one. Potential resources means those resources which have not been properly utilized yet. It is due to the lack of the technology. We can take variety of examples like solar energy, wind energy, and so on. Likewise, developed resources or actual resources which have been used very properly, and we have known about their every utilization. For instance, we can take the example of coal. Likewise, a stock. A stock means the resources inside the earth which have been surveyed and their quality and quantity have been estimated. But due to the lack of the technology, we are not accessible towards them properly. So that's why they have been kept reserved. They have been kept inside the earth. Now reserve. Reserve means all those resources which are very much valuable and we have tried to keep them conserved for future generation. Also, we are using this time very properly so that this should be conserved. Resources are vital for human survival, also for maintaining good quality life. Here I would like to tell you that there was time when it was believed that resources are the gift of nature, and hence resources started exploiting very recklessly. So that's why various problems started causing, like depletion of resources found everywhere in the whole world. Likewise, most of the resources had gone into the hands of some individuals to satisfy their greeds. Likewise, various environmental problems started causing, like ozone depletion, global warming, acid rain, resource depletion, and so on. Having looking these problems, resource geographers and environmentalists suggested sustainable development. Sustainable development refers the development of we people without damaging the environment, damaging the resources. And also the present day development should go on, and there should not be any compromise with our development of today. But we have to think of our future too. So sustainable development sort can be concluded that development should go on without damaging the environment, damaging the resources. To achieve sustainable development, Global Earth Summit 1992 was held in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, South America, in which 100 heads of states gathered to discuss various problems which were causing in the whole world. They were concerned with environmental protection, socio-economic conditions of the world, likewise ecological imbalancing, resource depletion, climatic change, and so on. So these problems were together discussed, and their solutions were very first time tried to find out, which came to us in front of us as Agenda 21. Let us discuss questions, and the question is: discuss resources classification on the basis of the status of development with their important features. And the answer is resources classification on the basis of status of development are as follows. Number 1, potential resources. These are those found in a region have not been developed and utilized properly. Example, wind and solar energy of Rajasthan and Gujarat. Likewise, number 2, developed resources. These are those have been surveyed and their quality and quantities have been determined for their utilization. Example, coal. Number 3, stock. These are those for which human beings do not have the appropriate technology to assess them. Example, compound of water. Number 4, reserves. These are those which can be put into use but have not been started yet. Example, water of dam and forest etc. We have given the answer with the example, and by this way we will get 1 mark here, 1 mark here, 1 mark here, and 1 mark here. So 4 marks, and we will get 4 marks, and thereafter 1 will be added for example which we have given here. So by this way we will get full 5 marks. Now another important question of this session is: briefly discuss the resources based on ownership. And the answer is: resources on the basis of ownership can be tabulated by the following ways. Here we will form table to define the answer of the question. Here I am using separate table for classes of resources, separate table for explanation, and separate table for example. I think that by this way, writing very less in a very short, you can get tremendous marks. This question is carrying actually 5 marks. So this process is important, and definitely you will get full marks. Very first, individual resources. Resources owned by individuals are known as individual resources, and the examples are plot of land and houses etc. Likewise, number 2, community resources or community-based resources. Resources accessible to all members of the community are known as community-based resources. Examples are public parks, schools, and so on. Number 3, national resources. Resources owned by the government and its agencies within its political boundaries and territorial water. Examples are roads, railways, water resources, forest, wildlife, and so on. Now, last one is international resources. Resources beyond our country are international resources, and for this we have to take permission. Without permission we can't use international resources. Examples are oceanic resources, earth, solar system, and so on. As I earlier mentioned that this question is carrying 5 marks, so we will get 1 marks here, 1 marks here, 1 marks here, 1 marks here, and this 1 marks for example. So 4 plus 1, 4 plus 1 is equal to 5 marks. We can easily get 5 marks by writing by this way. Now, the another question of this session is, what is sustainable economic development? Suggest ways by which resources can be used judiciously, and the answer is, sustainable economic development means development should go on continuously but without damaging the environment and the resources under that, and development of present should not compromise with the needs of the future generations. Ways by which resources can be used judiciously are: number 1, resource planning should be well organized, because resources are concentrated only in some states of our country, whereas demands are coming from the whole states of our country. So this should be well organized, and this should be distributed according to the demands of the states. So this should be made. This should be given to every state through the PDS department. So this should be well organized. Number 2, resource conservation should be according to Global Earth Summit 1992, because in Global Earth Summit various environmental problems, climatic change, and variety of resource depletion and pollution, everything socio-economic problems were discussed. So this is actually like a solution program. So if we just go through Global Earth Summit, then it gives lots of solution programs. So this should be implemented, and by this way resource should be conserved very perfectly. Now, writing by this way, we will get 1 mark here, 1 mark here, and 1 mark here. It means according to board we will get